In a peaceful vegetable village, Potato and his wife, Radish, struggled every single day. Their market stall remained almost empty, and despite working hard, they barely earned enough to survive. Yet deep inside, Potato never gave up hope. As they walked home through the green fields, Radish smiled and encouraged him. She believed that as long as they stayed together, no hardship would be impossible to overcome. That afternoon, Tomato, the richest businessman in the village, visited Potato's damaged farm. Seeing the ruined crops, he asked about the harvest. Potato admitted the loss but confidently declared that he would never surrender. Kind-hearted Okra witnessed everything. Feeling sorry for Potato, she offered him temporary work on her farm. Grateful for her kindness, Potato accepted with sincere appreciation. But before life could improve, dark storm clouds covered the sky. Strong winds shook the trees, and everyone in the village feared that something terrible was about to happen. Within minutes, heavy rain flooded the fields. Water rushed through the farmland as Potato desperately tried to save the precious seed bags, while Radish watched in panic. When the storm finally ended, the farm was completely destroyed. Radish burst into tears, believing all their hard work had been wasted. But Potato gently reminded her that true merit is never lost. Every ending can become a new beginning. Soon after, Tomato arrived in his luxurious red car. He offered Radish a chance to leave the village and enjoy a wealthy life in the city. The promise of comfort and luxury tempted her. Inside Tomato's magnificent mansion, everything sparkled with wealth: golden decorations, expensive furniture, and grand chandeliers. Looking around in amazement, Radish began to believe that money truly was the key to happiness. At sunset, Radish made the hardest decision of her life. She said goodbye to Potato and chose to follow Tomato, hoping to change her destiny. Though heartbroken, Potato quietly wished her happiness. Seeing Potato's pain, Okra placed a comforting hand on his shoulder. She reminded him that difficult times never last forever. Potato wiped away his sadness and decided to move forward. Together, Potato and Okra planted fresh seeds in the fertile soil. Every seed carried a new dream, and every step they took was filled with determination. Days passed, and tiny green plants began growing beautifully. Potato cared for them with patience and dedication, knowing that great success always starts with small beginnings. Meanwhile, Tomato proudly welcomed Radish into his grand palace. Surrounded by fountains and luxurious gardens, she believed that her life had finally changed forever. However, the dream soon began to fade. Tomato revealed his true personality, making it clear that every decision in the mansion would be his alone. Radish silently accepted, but her smile slowly disappeared. Despite living in luxury, Radish felt completely alone. The expensive house had everything except love, respect, and peace. She finally realized that wealth could never replace genuine happiness. Back in the village, Potato's hard work finally paid off. His fields were filled with healthy vegetables, and for the first time in years, he enjoyed a successful harvest. Using his earnings wisely, Potato opened his very own vegetable shop. Decorated with colorful flowers and balloons, it quickly became one of the most welcoming places in the village. Customers loved Potato's honesty and fresh vegetables. Day after day, more people visited his shop, proving that trust and hard work always attract success. While Potato's business flourished, Tomato's empire slowly began to collapse. Financial losses piled up, and worry replaced his confidence. Unpaid bills covered Tomato's desk. Looking out the window, he realized it was too late to fix his mistakes. Fear filled both his heart and Radish's. Soon, the bank seized the luxurious mansion. Furniture was carried away, and everything Tomato had built disappeared before his eyes. Radish stood helplessly, wondering where they would go next. Unable to face the consequences, Tomato packed his suitcase and walked away without looking back. The same man who once promised Radish a perfect life abandoned her when she needed him most. Alone in a quiet park, Radish cried bitterly. She realized that chasing wealth had cost her the love, loyalty, and peace she once had with Potato. Gathering her courage, Radish returned to Potato's successful vegetable shop. With tears in her eyes, she asked if he would listen to what she had to say. She sincerely admitted her mistake, confessing that she had spent her life chasing money while losing true happiness. Potato calmly replied that mistakes become valuable only when we learn from them. Potato forgave Radish with kindness, but he gently reminded her that trust cannot be rebuilt overnight. It takes time, honesty, and consistent actions. Okra welcomed Radish warmly and taught her how to work on the farm. For the first time, Radish discovered the joy of earning through honest hard work. Soon, Radish opened her own small vegetable stall. As customers happily bought her fresh vegetables, she proudly celebrated the first income she had ever earned through her own efforts. Potato, Radish, and Okra smiled proudly. At last, Radish understood that money can disappear overnight, but hard work, honesty, and true relationships stay with us forever. Moral: real wealth is not measured by money, but by hard work, loyalty, honesty, and the people who stand beside you during life's hardest moments.